Yeah. Let's do this, baby. What up, though? Roddy Rod, big business. We here, man. Hey, man, none of the big reviewers reviewing this one. I'm trying to get there early. Yo, what up, though? We're here to talk about the new Tupac All Eyez on Me biopic movie. If you're new to the channel, let me give you a rundown of me. Yes, I'm a big hip-hop head, alright? I'm a little older than I look, alright? So, my time really being in hip-hop, all just embodying hip-hop was mid-90s to pretty much the late 2000s. So yes, I know who Tupac is. I'm not one of those people that think Tupac is just the god of rap. I think he was a good artist, had a hell of a voice, hell of a delivery, and had a strong message. And he was a great rapper. Not my favorite, but he was a great one nonetheless. So I can go into this movie, I think, pretty unbiased as to if it's great or not. So going into this movie, I didn't really know what to expect. I wasn't sure who was really behind this. There was talks about his mom really not liking where it was going, you know, but that could have been anything. John Singleton was supposed to direct, but then he backed out. I ain't know, but and by the trailers, they didn't really show dude talking, doing too much. So I'm like, he looks like Pac, but he sound like Pac. It's a big thing. Like, all right, show me what you got. So for me personally, I feel like it was a pretty good movie. I wasn't expecting it to be on Straight Outta Compton's level. That's what, of course, the problem is. Straight Outta Compton just came out 2 years ago, so a lot of people gonna compare it to that, especially with the whole Death Row thing. But you can't really compare this to something that Dre and Cube actually put their money and time into. It's just a whole different thing when the actual artist is there watching the movie being made, as opposed to artists who passed away 20 years ago, you know, being a movie made by him. So I went into this movie saying, all right, what are we gonna do? Because we already got documentaries and all these other movies, like the Resurrection movie and all these behind the scenes, all this stuff about Tupac in the last 20 years. What is this really going to bring to the table? And honestly, it didn't really bring anything new. It was just pretty much, hey, everybody's getting biopics. Tupac should have had one. He's a lot of people's favorite rappers. A lot of people consider him the best. Let's do a biopic for his fans. And I think that if you're a Tupac fan, then you should enjoy this. If you're not, I don't think it will make you a Tupac fan, because it's pretty much just pointing out, it's pretty much just giving fans moments like, okay, you know, yeah, that I know that song, yep, I know he goes to jail, you know, I want to see that, I want to see him sign with Death Row, I want to see him and his mom was on drugs, you know, and of course the end, and we all know the ending. All right, there's really no spoilers for this movie. I don't think I can spoil this movie. If you're going to see this movie, then you should know enough about Tupac. There shouldn't be any spoilers in this movie, alright? So overall, I feel like the actor, Demetrius Shipp Jr., I mean, he looks like Pac, he talks like Pac. Had a couple close-up with his teeth, though, that didn't really fit in for Pac. They did something with that. But overall, I think he did a great job, and the movie did a good job of just pointing out pretty much historic moments in Tupac's life. Like I said, him going to jail, all that drama in his life, him signing with Death Row, the House of Blues performance. I'm really glad that they spent some time on that, because that's, you know, of course, that is just an iconic performance, epic part of Tupac's life. So, and of course, it goes to the whole him and Biggie situation. It is pretty much touching on certain big points in his life. The con, I guess, overall is trying to touch on too much. It's only a 2.5 hour long movie, so you kind of have to figure out, all right, like, what are we going to talk about? And I think they have a problem with trying to touch on too much in a short amount of time. it starts off with him in jail. In the first half of the movie or so, it's just him telling his backstory from childhood up to 95 when he's in jail. Like, it has a little pacing problem. It does not jump around. Like, it has a part where it talks about him, his song "I Get Around," and basically just shows him in the tub rapping with the girl on his shoulder. I'm just like, that's it. Like, you couldn't afford to show more of the video. I couldn't afford to actually. You just wanted to mention that he made "I Get Around." Okay, I see. Like, you're really stepping on BET level right now with some of these scenes. I felt like if it could have stuck on some scenes stronger, for it to be a real great movie, you have to have some real great scenes. And I felt like it was cutting away too soon from some scenes for them to be great. Like, it was leading up to it, like when he confronted his mom about drugs, it was leading up to it, but then it just cut away. It was real, like, the scenes were too short to really be something. The first time I really felt that it was something really strong was when he was signed with Interscope, and they was trying to get him to take "Brenda's Got a Baby" off of his album. So he gave one hell of a speech, you know, something that straight up sounded like something Tupac said, probably did word for word. And I felt like that was Tupac up there, and I felt like that was a real strong moment. Another strong moment I felt was when his mom visited him in jail, and they had that whole talk. That was a real strong moment. And another one I felt kind of cheating was when he performed "Keep Your Head Up," because I felt like they showed the women in the crowd singing it, and I knew that even though in the movie it was taking place in like 1993 and stuff, in real time these were girls from 2016 who pretty much grew up with the song, and you could see them singing along. Like, I felt just them singing along to the songs. I felt that was a real strong moment. But another problem is, see, when you're doing the biopic, there's like certain things the actor has to do. He has to sort of look like, pass off as the actual artist. He has to sound like the artist, and he has to sing like the artist. Jamie Foxx and Ray knocked out the part, because when he started singing, he sounded and looked like Ray Charles. He did that. And they would, I don't know if it's just because he doesn't sound good rapping like Tupac or what, but they would not really let him rap. And that was a big letdown for me, because I felt like this was like probably the most a biopic had actually, for a rapper, has actually went through the music so much, but at the same time they wouldn't let him do the music. Like, even when he was in the booth, a real good time for that was when he was recording "California Love" with Dre. And I'm like, okay, he's gonna get in there. He got to kill this. And they just played the song over his voice, over him talking. I'm like, okay, that wasn't really, what it was. And when they played, we recorded "Two of America's Most Wanted" with the Snoop, who was horrible, by the way. That shit, it was like, this is the perfect time to actually really take the role of Tupac, and they just played the song over him lip syncing it. And like I said, when he performed the House of Blues, he performed 3 songs in that scene. It was a pretty lengthy scene, and each time they just played the song over him and had him lip syncing. I'm like, this is no, that's not good. It's not authentic now, because you're not letting him actually rap. Now, as far as everything else in the movie, I didn't have a problem with the casting. They had the same guy from the Notorious movie playing Biggie again, which was cool. Suge was cool. Dre, but he wasn't in that long enough, to make a difference. But by far the worst in the movie was Snoop Dogg. I don't know what. I didn't really like Snoop Dogg in the Straight Outta Compton movie either. But this was worse. Like, I almost, like, he didn't look like him. And it sounded like Snoop Dogg was doing the voiceover for the movie, because it sounded like his voice wasn't even coming from his mouth. I'm like, is Snoop Dogg doing the voiceover for this guy in the movie? And are they really going with this? And then they had this one scene where the chick who's supposed to be Angie Martinez, I guess, she looked horrible too. And she was interviewing Snoop, and I was like, no, cut this whole scene. This is all cringe right here. Cut this whole scene out. I could do without that whole scene, all right? So, the Snoop in the movie, yeah, that's a no. So as far as that, and just the overall, I said overall pacing, the fact that they wouldn't let him actually rap, just three big cons in the movie, and it felt like I was watching the BET movies for some of this shit. And then they had D-Ray Davis playing like a hardcore street nigga too. Like, what the fuck? that just made me laugh. But hey, you know, hey, we all can't have them big movie budgets. We gotta do what we gotta do, right? If you're a Tupac fan and you just want to see a movie about Tupac that you can enjoy his music and, you know, the moments in his life that you love so much, then you'll enjoy this movie. I don't think that if you don't know who Tupac is, go see this. I don't think this is gonna, like, you just look at it from a movie standpoint. I don't think that you're gonna get anything out of it. And if you're not a Tupac fan, I don't think this is gonna change you over. Especially, I mean, honestly, dude has some arrogant, like, dude's a jackass. A lot of this shit. But I already knew that's how Pac was, man. He was wild, so it didn't bother me. Overall, for me though, a guy who was just, I'm a Pac fan, but I'm not a diehard Pac fan. So for me, what it was an enjoyable movie, but those little things stopped it from being great. I give it, first watch, a solid 8 out of 10. I don't know, I have to catch it again. I don't know, I'm not really like, it's like go back to the movies and watch it again. There's too much shit coming out. But for me, I enjoyed it. I went in there like, okay, I don't know what I'm gonna get. Is it really gonna be good? And I started watching, and I'm like, oh, it's good. You can make it great if you just do this. No, I start actually rooting for the movie. So it turned me around. So it's definitely a good movie, but just not a great one, which I wasn't expecting anyway. And yeah, another thing was how it ended. Like you see these movies, like, I want the hospital end, you know, of course, you know, he dies. And you know, like the Biggie movie, it had a big funeral and stuff, and then straight out Compton, Eyez passed away, they kept going. This is just like, okay, he dies, the end. Like, damn, like, they really just like, they really was, you could tell they really was just like trying to cram as much as they could, because even when he dies, like, okay, he's dead. Played it, which was great though. The gospel music they was playing, that was a real good touch. But just like, up, he got shot, that's it, in the movie. Like, damn. Woo, that's a breath. So, and the theater was packed too, man. This is a early, you know, Thursday night showing, and it was a lot of niggas in there, man. One guy in front of me though was like trying to record the whole movie on his phone. Ridiculous. Anyway, let me know what y'all think, man. Are y'all gonna see All Eyez on Me? Did my review make you change your mind about seeing it or not seeing it? Have you seen it and did you enjoy it? Let me know in the comment section. I know people get crazy on Tupac, so keep it respectful or you will get blocked. That's how I do it now. We're not playing around. Don't forget to like, comment, subscribe, and share it. Big business. I holla.